probably smoke these just a little bit. I just took the super off the hive on this side because there really wasn't much activity in there. According to a lot of the, we're in close to central Louisiana. Not down in South Louisiana, so there is a big difference, but a lot of the guys down in South Louisiana got such great resources down there. This is like in Jamestown, Ringgold area. A lot of pine. Right now I'm on the pipeline here, but there's a lot of pine trees here. There's a lake just a mile or two down the road. But a lot of the guys in South Louisiana have said, like, you know, we're pretty much going into a dearth, although we're about 2 weeks behind them. These are package bees. I felt this one was strong enough to add a super. Like I said, I installed these on April the 17th. This is July the 2nd, so if my math is correct, that's about 2.5 months. This hive is much stronger than the hive that I just looked at. I got screen bottoms. I'll put my hive tool here. And just to be clear, I'm a beginning beekeeper. This is probably my 3rd year. My first year, I just had 2 hives, lost them pretty quick. Then last year, I got a few more hives. Well, this, you know, so really, this is probably really my only 2nd year. But I'm spending a lot of time on these bees. I just took the super off that hive right there. I don't normally wear this with this, but already a lot of bees at the top. I may be able to just take that super that I took off this hive and put it on here. Maybe they can draw it out. Also, my main reason coming in here is to make sure I don't have any pollen patties left over. You kind of learn that pollen patties are like adding fuel to the fire. If you have small hive beetles in there and your hive is weak. I had a hive that looked pretty strong, had a laying queen, had brood in the top super, and although it wasn't as strong as the box it was next to, added some pollen patches thinking it would increase brood production and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, I read information, and I don't always get things in context. Different parts of the country have different rules that they follow. And found out from some of these guys from South Louisiana said it's probably a bad idea to add that pollen patty at this time of year. And I added a whole pollen patty. So when I opened it up, nothing but small hive beetles, no bees whatsoever. And the hive right next to it was thriving a lot. So the pollen patty was the biggest variable. So now I'm going to all my other hives, taking out the pollen patties, if there's any left. But I'm also just kind of checking. Don't really see any, I see a few small hive beetles in this, not much. I do see some drawn out comb. I just added this a week or 2 ago. This may have been comb from last year. there's no really capped honey, so I'm not sure if I need to do that or not. Let's see if I can take it here. There's not a, I mean, you can see there are bees down there. There's empty spaces here. You can see bees down on top of the frames below. So I don't see any honeybees. Anywhere. These frames, they look like there are a lot of bees in between them, between the frames. I'll pull up a frame or two. And I think I would rather take that frame or that super there and add it on top of this one rather than taking it home and adding it to this weaker colony. So we are out in the country, and there's a man that just lives right over there. I want to make sure that I smoke these bees. Like I said, these are gentle bees, but I have took some bees off in the past, and they have stung my neighbors. I didn't use smoke on a rainy day, and I agitated them. So I don't want to do that for that gentleman there. I've learned my lesson. I read that that would happen. That can happen. I left my hanger at the house, which I was going to do. So here. Like some, I'll just say those are queen cells at the bottom. There's like 2 of them. They're uncapped. Bees. Like there's a lot of brood here. I hate when I stir these bees up. I'm seeing some of these little here. Brood here. Oh, there's, no, not the queen. Not the queen. really good down there. I don't want to disturb them too much. I think I'm gonna take our chance and add they are pretty full. So I'm gonna put that super back on and I'm gonna add the other one. And we'll see where we go from there. I don't see any small hive beetles. I haven't done any tests for Varroa. And probably need to. But I've not done it before. I'm ashamed to admit, and I need to. They are wanting to come up, I can see that. So they say that packaged bees, you probably don't want to pull any honey the first year, or don't pull honey your first year, or don't pull too much. Now it looks like it's going to be more true. So that's why I'm not so worried about this hive here being so, so much slower than this one. But this one seems to be pretty far along, and so I think I'll do is I'll add that super to this. See how that works out. There's not too many bees in here right now, so. Matter of fact, there's like 5 bees in there. So I will come back in a week or so, make sure the hive is still thriving. If I lose these bees because they had too much space to guard and got overwhelmed, I will be surprised. Maybe not surprised, but I'll be disappointed. imagine that if the hive right there survived with this super on for a few weeks without getting overrun by beetles or what have you, before I came in and intervened by taking this off, I can't imagine that this hive will have a problem for a week or two if this is too much space added onto it. I just don't see that being a problem. But I've been wrong a lot of times. And when it comes to beekeeping, I'm not scared to be wrong. I've been working in the medical field since the early 90s. Work with many physicians and surgeons. I do anesthesia for a living. And there's a lot of smart people that I've worked with, super intelligent. And I worked as a therapist for a number of years. So I've worked with a lot of people in a lot of different arenas. And none of them impressed me as much as the beekeeper who knows what they're doing, who knows about wildlife and what's blooming and how to make a business work, or just how to raise a successful hive. That's more satisfying than I think what I've done in the first 20, 30 years of my life. Nothing more impressive than a knowledgeable beekeeper, regardless of their level of quote-unquote education. All right. Pray this works. Come on.